Peace. This is Star with the Star Blooms. Thank you to my archangels who are here with me, present with me, allotting me in all rates. There's so much information coming in of existence. Archangel Hanael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael. Thank you. Thank you to my benevolent ancestors who are assigned to me that are of the highest light, aiding and guiding me at this time. Thank you to the Most High for channeling me all clear rates of truth and clarity that are necessary for us as confirmation. Abracadabra, make it so, I say Asheo. So it was something that I perceived today. I was going to pick up packages today, and what I processed was this object that was basically being sheltered in the midst of protection, and I didn't think too much of it. I ended up coming back home. By the time I got back home, I sat in the car for so long, and it's because I was like, oh, that was a message. And then I basically heard different but several rates of conversation, more so coming from the divine, and how there's this rate of being tired of constant initiations into higher realms that continue to perpetuate remnants and residue of old existence, old contracts, things that don't want to completely dissolve. And I remember in my head saying, well, you did it. And I understood what Spirit was basically showing me. A lot of the times we don't recognize how much our present is protecting and covering the things that we want to be removed from. 231. We don't recognize it. A lot of the times we be in circumstances and situations to where you don't get why something isn't at the rate of, and here's the thing, karma's a long game. When you allow natural processes to take, place, when you basically are allowing nature to do what it does, you've never seen a plant grow overnight. And I'm not saying that it's not possible. What I'm saying is that in the realm of things basically being brought down to like the ridiculous, from it coming from 100 to a 1% type of rate, you have to be able to allow things to basically grow from whatever it is that they're meant to grow from. And that also includes things being corrected. However, a lot of the times we put our focus on what we want to be corrected instead of what we're correcting, right? And you'll hear people like myself and other people who channel messages, people who are coaching, people who are basically divining and just aiding and just showing up for the community, telling you, focus on yourself, work towards building up yourself, work towards being in this right with you and yourself. And a lot of the times people who are so codependent on energies don't recognize that that's where the victory lies at, is you basically being at this rate of being able to continue to move forward, because you don't want to go chasing the thing that you desire, recognizing that the more you go after it, not in that sense, because some of y'all be, I don't have to say it, but some of y'all be trying to, anyways, you don't want to create this runner chaser mentality with things that you truly desire. At all rates, you get to magnetize and align to the things that are necessary for you by becoming it. So mind you, if you're in a situation that was unfavorable, because in previous seasons that you showed up in a rate of desperation, you showed up in a rate of I was about to say continuity, wanting to basically be at this mindset of settling, making exemptions for, not holding your boundaries, not having rates of standard 1122, not aligning to the things that are like you, not wanting to basically be in situations, always compromising yourself and how you basically perceive things. Now you get to this rate to where you've moved away from it, yet even in you moving away from it, you're still showing up in the same patterns. You're still showing up in the same rituals. You're still basically wanting to operate at the same level, but just in a different no. Allow yourself to clear your path. And by clearing your path, a lot of the times we believe that that's dumping out the trash. We believe that that's cleaning up the space. We believe that that's detoxing the body, but it be all of that, right? But it also be your mindset and how you basically perceive things. And a lot of the times in perception, we don't allow ourselves to give the necessary attention, 550, the necessary attention to the spaces that are calling us, because we be too set on, redemption and rage. We want to call our rage, righteous, because we feel entitled to it. We see where other people have basically been faulty. A lot of the times we waste so much of our time trying to basically put somebody in a place, and we move out of our own, not allowing ourselves to basically be focused on what it is that we're being called to at that time. I feel like at this rate, we should be at the position of pouring back into self, but also trusting whatever your vibe is. A lot of good measure that you asking for, a lot of the times isn't going to be stuck in the past life energy. But if you're constantly focused on the past life energy, trying to see, well, when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? You're basically not aware of how much you're keeping cords that have been cut for you. Yeah. You the reason why this thing being protected. It's almost like you dependency of what you codependent of, and you don't even recognize it. That's all I wanted to share. You don't know how powerful your energy is until you actually allowed yourself to really, really sit in that hermit state and become aware. And a lot of times we don't recognize that our down season, and it's not a down season. It's like you integrate and you're learning. The hermit comes with wisdom. The hermit comes with lessons. It's necessary in a soul journey. It's necessary on a spiritual path. But if you're not at this rate of where you're willing to allow it to be what it is, you'll constantly allow yourself to be emotionally manipulated, because you don't want to trust your intuition, because you don't follow what it is that you're being guided. So from the things that you believe are hindering you, why continue to allow this thing to basically sit and cloak and hide itself in your auric field? When you love yourself, when you allow yourself to be conditioned at certain rates, when you basically nurture yourself at certain rates, regardless of what you feel like you can't see, or what you feel like may be out of like your reach, you don't have to know everything. Your protection will know for you. You constantly affirming over yourself, constantly creating certain rates of continuity. Like, if I petition that no one gets to be in my energy who is not of my highest good, anyone who is wishing ill will against me, anyone who is wishing ill will against me, anyone who doesn't want what's best for me or in my highest good, will be removed from my auric field. I don't have to know who these people are. I don't have to go through a whole process of sending all of this stuff out. But this is not my focus. This is something that I say as a rate of protection, and I continue to move forward. I continue to focus on the things that actually bringing towards me the alignment that I'm asking and I'm seeking out. You be mindful of what it is that you are allowing yourself to be in thought of, and recognize that a lot of the things that you are creating and cultivating and manifesting into your auric field is basically what you are constantly replaying on this track. Release those things that you don't desire, so you could be able to have the new thought, so you could be able to have the new mindset, and recognize how you'll start to manifest differently in the spaces and in the rate that you've cultivated, that you do find peace in. People are being protected in your auric field, but it's not that you've been ignorant to it. It's just that sometimes you don't recognize that you pull back strings, that you release the tether of. You reconnect cords that have been cut off because of your sincerity and how you want things to be rectified. Release the rate of redemption and allow it to be cultivated for you in its natural ways, but recognize it's for the long game. Peace, y'all.